Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I popped into Primark. They had so many lovely winter bits in actually. So yeah, I'm very excited to show you what I've got. Let's get straight on into the video. So just for reference, I'm 5'4". I'm usually an 8 on the top and 10 on the bottom. Anything that's too clingy around the tummy, etc., hips, bum, I might size up to a 12. But generally 8 to 10. Although I have noticed in Primark recently, they have removed like the UK women's sizing off there and they're going for small, medium, large, etc. Which I actually find more confusing. But we'll see if everything fits today. So, probably my most favourite item, and one that you may not suspect because normally I'm one that says I like to dress smart. However, I've been loving jumpers lately and I found this gorgeous brown and white jumper. So it says Studio 98, so nothing too offensive on the jumper, and it's this lovely, look at this, fluffy brown material. How gorgeous is that? I love it. Now I got a kind of like a plummy burgundy one from Sainsbury's. I've been living in it. There's something about the colder months actually. I don't want to dress smart, I actually want to dress really casual at the moment. So I got this one. I got it in a size medium. The issue that I had when I went to Primark yesterday is that they had everything that I loved not in my size. So I've gone for an array of sizes here and I'll let you know how they fit and we'll see if I can actually get these items on. So this was £16, a medium. I feel like lots of people are going for that oversized look at the minute. That's very on trend. When I try and do the oversized look, sometimes to be honest, I just look like a sack of potatoes. But I couldn't resist this jumper and I thought this is more of like a casual item anyway. So this maybe is something I can get away with, but I'll try it on and see. Now I was planning on pairing this with, I've got some brown leggings that I thought this would go nice with. If you can get away with cream leggings, that would also look gorgeous. I just feel like I can't do that. I'm a pair and I much prefer darks on the bottom. But if it's a stiffer material like a jean, I do have some sort of like cream jeans that I'm going to try and pop this with as well. Now I just absolutely love this, and I've also got a cream jacket that I'm thinking of. Look, I've got many outfits in my head for this. It does feel super soft. I think if you're sensitive, you'll be okay with this jumper, and then it comes down into the cuffs, and then at the bottom I just feel like this is the best way to finish off a jumper, particularly if you're a pair. It's got these two slits so it doesn't cling around your hip area, so it makes it look really flattering, and we don't have to worry about tucking it in all the time if you are wearing it with leggings. You know, it can still be flattering. £16 is good. It is probably one of those items like in a couple of months time it will go on sale, but I don't mind paying full price if I know I'm going to wear it a lot now. Let me tell you something about this jumper. It is so tuckable. You can put it in your jeans, your leggings. It's like thin enough and stretchy enough to do that without causing loads of bulk when you tuck it into your waist. It's also nice, it comes all the way over your hands, but then you can pop it up and it actually stays there without you needing like a bobble or anything like that. It is super cozy, super warm. I have actually got it layered actually with a shirt underneath, but it feels like another layer of warmth. It is one that you can just throw on at the weekend, and I think it just looks cool. I'm so happy that more shops are picking up on the sort of like broken waistband. It's so flattering, even with leggings and not needing to tuck it in. Yeah, they've done a really good job on this one, and it's just this really gorgeous chocolatey colour. I don't think it will cause any irritation on anybody's skin, this one. And it's kind of that, like, you see like the furry, it's kind of like a little bit furry woolen effect. I don't know if you can see that properly on camera, but it's kind of like a little bit mohairy almost. So yeah, this is such a good jumper, and I feel like because I've got a lot of brown creams, I'd even pop this one with like green leggings as well. I feel like it's going to go with a lot of things and I'm going to wear it a lot. Really like it. It's going to be perfect from working from home and then going to do the school run. So yeah, big tick for me on this one. Do you know what, we seem to have a bit of a chocolatey theme actually in this haul, because the next item is also that lovely brown colour, but it is a satin midi skirt. Now if you know me, I love a satin midi skirt. Like, you can put it on, it is so comfy, yet you look like you've put loads of effort in. There's just something about this material that makes you look like you've tried. So that's why I love them. They're very effortless. I've got 2 kids. I don't want to be thinking too much about what I'm wearing in the week. So this was £16, which is really good because I've just recently bought a satin midi skirt from Marks and Spencer, and I'll say that was £30 or £35. £20. This is a really good value one for 16. The material is thinner, but the band is finished off okay actually. So it does have a stitch in there. I'd say it's not as clean as the Marks and Spencer one, but I just loved the colour of this, and this is going to be a really easy colour to pair at this time of year. I mean, a cream jumper is just a win, isn't it, every day? So yeah, this with a cream jumper, I'm thinking even like Christmassy, because it's got that little bit of shine to it. It looks very free flowing. I went for this in a size 10. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. It kind of looks a little bit wider on the waist actually. I hope I haven't picked up in the wrong size. No, that is a size 10. It does look like it's going to be generous, and what I like about it, you do have to be careful, I suppose, with satin. It can be a little bit clingy around here, but this is cutting away where it just looks like it's going to drape absolutely beautifully. So yeah, very nice. Love this one, and it's going to be very hard working in my wardrobe because we know how much I love a skirt like this. Love this skirt. I think it's really good for the price actually. It's quite floaty and probably a little bit less fitted actually than the Marks and Spencer's ones, which I'm not mad about, because I always say this, like, I need to be able to run to catch my kids, although they are very good actually, they don't bolt, but some kids do. So yeah, you can run in this, and do you know what, I'm loving a full chocolate look at the minute. I don't know what it is, I just love everything like near enough the same colour. So yeah, loved it with that. Obviously you can dress this up with it being a satin skirt, and you know, you can go to parties in this, whatever. It feels very comfortable. Now around the tummy area, you can just see kind of like the outline of your tummy, which I feel like is normal in satin skirts just because of the way that they hang. So I'd recommend, if you're sort of like on the bigger end of your size, maybe even going up a size. But yeah, it fits really comfy. It's really floaty and flowy, and again, it's one of those items that actually looks better as you're moving in it, because the way that the fabric has been cut, it moves really lovely. Now, one of the main reasons I went into Primark is that I've seen everybody wearing these really cool baggy sort of like brown beige trousers, which I thought I'd love to give a go. Didn't have any in my size at all, and then I saw these, and again, these aren't in my size, but they were the closest to my size that I could get, and they are these kind of like brown wide leg. Are they classed as jeans? I don't know if these are classed as jeans or not. They're kind of like a soft denim material in dark brown. £20, so I didn't think it was bad. My only concern here is that they are mid-rise. Now if I cannot get these to my waist, these are definitely not going to fit. But I love the colour. I feel like in my head, every time I get up and I want to put an outfit on, I've been thinking I need a pair of like brown wide leg trousers. So I'm hoping that these are going to do it. They have also got this little tie thing on at the front. I don't know if like the cool thing is at the minute to leave this loose or whether I'll bow it. Like, I feel like it's probably cooler to leave it loose, but my style is to bow it, so I'll probably bow it. But yeah, I'm hoping they're not going to be too wide either, and I'm hoping they're going to fit nice on the bum. Actually, looking at the bum, I'm thinking they're not going to get to my waist. So if you don't see any trial clips, you know why. But yeah, they feel lovely and soft actually. So even though they're a denim, they don't feel stiff. I'm just hoping that they'll wash nicely. Being a dark colour, sometimes you can get streaks, can't you? But for £20, I really did like those. You know what, I'm not as mad as I thought I was going to be about these trousers. I actually managed to get them on, which is a miracle in itself, thank God. They've got an elasticated waist, which is very useful if you do pick these up in the shops. Now they are mid-rise, so they're not super low. They come, I want to say like maybe like 2 centimetres below my belly button, if that. I feel like if I had a bigger size I could pull them up and make them high-waisted. I do feel like at any point the button on these ones might pop off. They are too tight, and I wasn't a massive fan of the tie waist either. I just felt like it looked super messy out. It didn't look right in a bow, so I ended up just like tucking those into the trousers. I did quite like how wide legged they were, and when I saw them I was like, are these going to be a bit too much? But actually I did like it. I felt very 90s in these with like all the stuff. I feel like they look super nice just with like a plain white top. I think because they're wide leg, they kind of do all the talking. So again, you don't have to think about loads of like items to put with these sorts of trousers. Just this and some gold jewellery would look nice. I actually really like the material itself. They remind me of my H&M cream trousers, which if you've seen any of my hauls, you would have seen them. And they're kind of like this twill kind of material, which makes them a little bit softer than denim. And I like them. So I am tempted when I go back into the store to see if they've got any of these in maybe a small. I definitely say stick to your regular size. But overall, not as bad as I thought there was going to be, because this was a little bit of a curveball for me, and it has confirmed I do like wide leg brown trousers, so I will be on the hunt for more. And then one of my favourite things at Primark is their tables where they do the light knitwear, because I always say this, I'm such a cold person that I need light knitwear all year round. I saw this gorgeous like beige and black jumper. I just feel like these colours look so classic. Now this feels super soft, and I got this in a, did I go for an extra small or small? Okay, I went for the extra small just because I like these types of knits to be quite tight fitting, because I'll be wearing them with wider legs, maybe something like the brown trousers, smart black wide leg trousers. And yeah, I thought for £8 that was actually really good, and I do love the, honestly, I've got jumpers like this from maybe like 10 years ago from Primark, so hopefully they've not changed the formulation or anything, because the fabric, sorry, because they also wash really nicely and don't go too bobbly either. So yeah, for £8 I thought I couldn't resist this one. And I mean, it's just going to be, it's going to be when you don't know what to wear but you want to feel smart, you can throw this on and you'll feel good in it. Again, sometimes though beige can wash me out, so I will check it against my colouring, but yeah, £8, good jumper. Yeah, so fits as expected. It's, you know, nice and stretchy, so it doesn't matter that I've gone down a size. So yeah, if you're like me and like these tops to be a little bit more fitted, knowing that you're going to probably wear them with like wider leg trousers or jeans on the bottom, I definitely recommend going down the size. Especially if you're like me and not bigger busted, it doesn't overly stretch here, so yeah, all the lines are staying, they're not gone all wonky or anything like that. The sleeves are always nice and long on these as well, so they do keep you warm, and they're just finished off nicely. So for £8 they are good value. I'm not sure if this colour completely suits me though, I have to admit it might wash me out a little bit, but I think if you've got dark hair then this colour is going to look absolutely gorgeous on you. Okay, so now this is more of a little bit of a party piece. Now, I'm not somebody who particularly dresses up a lot, but I thought this was like a nice nod to Christmas, and very similar to the Marks and Spencer one that I got, and it is this gorgeous, here we go, midi skirt. But look at it, it's got a lace trim on the end. How beautiful is that? They did also have this in black, by the way, so if this colour is a little bit too out there for you, they did have it in black. This is also £16, which is really good, because like I said, I got a red one from Marks and Spencer and that was £35. It didn't have the lace on the bottom though. So this one is probably going to be a little bit more dressy. I don't think I'm going to get away with wearing this to the office, although you could do it on date night, couldn't you? So yeah, this is pretty. Now in this light it's looking red, but in the shop it was looking more like a burnt orange, so I think it's one of those colours that you can't quite put your finger on. £16, feels super soft. The only concern I have about with cheaper satin skirts is that when you put them in the wash they do tend to crease more than the more expensive ones. But this one does feel finished off nicely, and the band is nicer on this one than the brown one, because it's one of those that kind of tucks in and makes the front look more seamless. It doesn't have the seam running across here. But yeah, the lace is super nice as well. The only thing I would say is I wish they would have kind of stitched it underneath, not over the top, but I'm thinking they're going for like the, can you see, maybe they want to show this pattern here, but I think it would have looked better underneath, a little bit more subtle. But saying that, still a lovely colour, and like I say, I do like a pop of colour in my wardrobe. Now I've also been looking a lot on Pinterest, and I see a lot of redheads wearing red, and I always, when I see it, I'm like, oh, I love that, I need to add more of it into my wardrobe, so hence I picked this skirt up. But yeah, feels really soft, not quite as thick as the Marks and Spencer one, but still feels nice quality actually. So yes, good one, maybe for Christmas Day, maybe for all the parties that we've all likely got coming up, or like I say, even just popping over to people's house. Satin skirts are comfortable. So this is also a really nice skirt, but I have to admit I prefer the length on the brown one. It feels just a little bit more elegant. I think as well with me having shorter legs, I feel like the brown one really elongated them, but that's not to say that this isn't a lovely skirt, because it is. Now I paired it with a jumper to try and like pair it back a little bit, but because of the lace on the bottom it is quite dressy, so it would be perfect for date night or for the Christmas events that we've got coming up. I really liked it just paired with like a simple top and more of a fancy bag. I always go for this one. This was from M&S last year, and it basically does for any sort of like more dressy occasion, and it goes with absolutely everything. It is covered in pearls, and to be honest with you, I am a bit of a penchant for pearls. So yeah, but it's actually really lovely. It fits nicely, it fits as expected. I also want to say it is slightly tighter around the tummy compared to the brown one as well. I felt the brown one had a little bit more material, only slightly though, but again it will cling a little bit just because it is satin but it doesn't cling too much. So yeah, and from the side it's not horrendous. Like, you will be able to see a little bit more bumps in this one compared to the brown one. So if you are not comfortable, I would recommend going a size up. So I think that's maybe what I would do with this one, although saying that, it's not horrendous either. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like if I could get in between like the 10 and the 12, I could get an 11, that would be the perfect size. Although saying that, it's not horrendous, and yeah, it does look really nice. Now, I live in this black ribbed long sleeve top that I got from Primark. It was the same as this cream one, which I've picked up, and it was only £6. So good. It's actually super thick as well, by the way, and it feels kind of like it's sucking you in. Now, they did have some of the Skims style material, however, to touch, that is cold, and I can't be putting cold items on in the morning. I know they like warm up after like 5 seconds on the body, but oh, it just puts me off completely. These are kind of like a nice in between where it sucks you in. Issue here is they only had a medium, so I don't know how this is going to fit on my shoulders. I just love how this one fits, and maybe I could shrink it in the wash. It was only £6, and I really need some new white tops because all of mine have got stains down. I can't wear them. I feel so, oh, just, even though they're clean, like, because they've got marks on, I have got kids, so it's just inevitable that I kind of need to buy white tops every year. Oh, I just feel gross. I can't wear anything that's got a mark on it. So yeah, got this one. It's in ivory. They call it ivory. Yeah, it's just off white. It's kind of like a yellowy white. It's very nice. In fact, I've got a jacket in this colour, and it actually goes with way more than you think. So I do like this one for £6. Oh, I just really wish they had it in a small. I'm hoping this fits nicely because it goes with everything. I don't really need to introduce a top like this because it just, yeah, pairs with anything that you've already got in your wardrobe. And then just a note on this rib top, I just absolutely loved them. So I was a little bit worried that with this one being a medium that it wouldn't fit very nicely. However, I've tried it on with loads of different things. Still love the fit of it. It's just so easy to wear. I love the fact that it's ribbed. It really feels like it's kind of like sucking you in, even though this one doesn't feel as tight as my small black one that I've got. And the shoulders kind of don't even really fall off. I was worried that they were going to sit kind of like here, but they don't. They sit here, which is perfect. So this one is very flattering, and I think I'm going to have to pick another one. I'm going to have to pick another one up next time I go into store. And then, like I said, I need more white tops. However, the only thicker white tops they had were those really oversized ones, which I just, oh, I don't want, because I want them to go under things and look slick. Do you know when I've got like wide leg trousers on, I want to put like a cardi over the top and then have like a nice tight fitting white t-shirt. So I picked one of these ones up, which are off the tables. This was only £3. Now I got this in a small, not an extra small like the jumper, because t-shirts like this are thin from Primark. Oh god, it might be see-through. I'm hoping it's not. I'm feeling like picking it up in a slightly bigger size will give me a bit more material to hide behind. And I do just love the simple sort of like crew neck, well, round neck shape up here. I'm not a huge fan of a V-neck. I feel like if you're bigger busted, a V-neck looks nice, but I have no bust, so I feel like a round neck is really nice. For £3, obviously this isn't expensive, but I still want it to be nice. So we say that doesn't matter how much money we spend, we want to get our money's worth out of it, and I want to feel comfortable in it. So I'm going to try it, and if I like it, I will go and get some more. But yeah, £3. Obviously they had loads of different colours. In fact, they had a nice beigey, like cool tone beige one as well, which I was very tempted by, but I'd already got the cool tone beige jumper, so I thought I can't just keep spending. Admittedly, I've only done a brief try on of this white top because it's a basic, but I did want to give my feedback on it anyway. I'm really happy that I went with the small, just because it gives a little bit more material to hide. I feel like with this sort of material, if you go down a size, it's going to stretch and you're going to see anything that's underneath it. It's not too bad. It will catch the shape of your bra though. However, my plan on this is to wear it underneath things like cardigans and stuff, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. It won't be on the show too much. Really like where the neckline is on here, and then also the sleeves do come to here, so it is a shorter t-shirt. But again, like I said, with me, I will be pairing it with like cardigans and stuff, so again, not an issue. And for £3, I think I will pick up another one of these, especially if they've got some in black as well. And yeah, I tend to actually wear my hair like this, so you won't see any bra or anything like that. So yeah, not a bad top for £3. And then a couple of accessory bits. So I do love actually a leather glove because it means that you can wear them whilst you're driving. And they do, oh, they're not only real leather, but it says contains leather. I don't know if that's always the case. Oh damn it, I picked these up in a medium. I didn't realise there's different sizes actually on here. I have like very tiny hands. In fact, it was very difficult for me to get a wedding ring to fit. Oh, they do feel a little bit bigger than my other ones, but I think they'll be okay actually. And do you think just black leather gloves look so smart? So yeah, I got these just because they're going to be practical. They're only £10, which is really good for black leather. Anywhere else you're looking at like £20 plus. So yeah, and I do find that they do wear eventually. Maybe the more expensive ones wouldn't wear as badly, but yeah, I lose them anyway, and they are fleece lining on the inside as well, so they'll keep you warm. And then I have been finding, because I'm wearing a lot of leggings and jumpers at the moment, just with my shacket on over the top. I tell you what, that cream shacket that I bought 2 years ago that I hardly ever wore when I first bought it has been working really hard in my wardrobe this year. And I got these socks, and these are £4.50. So I normally go for the Kappa socks, but they didn't have any of the colours that I liked, so I went for these ones, and they are the Sports Cushion Crew in cotton. Oh, they've got a cushioned sole and arch support. I didn't know that. But I thought these would go with like all the colours in my wardrobe. So this dark one with the cream, and then there is 2 pairs of this kind of like creamy one with the dark chocolate band, which like I said, is going to go with everything in my wardrobe. And I do like keeping my tuxes warm at this time of year. I said this in another video, but I'm wearing my trainers a lot as well, which again, I never used to be like a laid back wearer. I used to dress more smartly, but I just think you have to dress for your lifestyle. And right now, having 2 young kids, the job that I work in, I'm in a warehouse and an office, so I kind of have to be smart and casual at the same time. And I'm literally in a rush everywhere. I feel like I'm half running everywhere I go, so stuff like that really suits me. And then at the tail, I just cannot resist Primark chewing gum, because they have loads of different nice flavours. So I went for the Stitch cotton candy one this time. I just keep these in my car and also my work bag, because I do drink a lot of tea and coffee at work. And I also got the strawberry milkshake one as well, so maybe they're going to be nice. They don't normally disappoint. So yeah, and literally every month I go in, they have a different flavour that I feel like I've got to try. So yeah, I mean it's going to be very hard not to. I mean, I don't give the girls chewing gum, but they're going to be a bit jealous actually seeing the Stitch ones in the car. It's a shame that they didn't have the mints. Oh, really random, they do really nice blackberry mints in Primark if you don't like too strong a mint taste. So I know, a bit random, but I feel like I've tried all the chewing gum and mints at Primark. But anyway, that was it for this haul. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.